Okay, people, hey, warm blessings and happy Thursday. And let's see, I'm going to call this triple whammy, the unprecedented triple whammy. Because here's what's going to happen, let's see, in the next 7 days. For the next 7 days leading up to the inauguration, there will be 3 things going on that have to be addressed immediately. And those 3 things are, they're going to be an unprecedented amount of police in Washington, D.C. for this event. Now, interestingly enough, New Jersey, Governor Murphy didn't send police, he sent National Guard. That doesn't mean other individual police departments and law enforcement in New Jersey are not sending their police. But the governor is sending National Guard, which is an interesting choice. They are for domestic use. That's what they're there for. So that's one unprecedented event in the next week. The second unprecedented event in the next week is a health crisis, because Texas and California are going to be overwhelmed with their COVID blooms, because people don't socially distance or wear masks in those areas. So I'm telling people like here where this all began to stay in the house. Stay in the house. Don't go to the mall. Don't go visit people. Stay home. If your bubble is COVID negative, stay there. And this is let's see, I think I am I see right here. Yeah, day 310 since I've been counting. Well, it's day 310 from the day my job shut down, if I calculated correctly. So yeah, so I'm counting down to exactly 1 year since the school district I worked in shut down. We went home on a Friday the 13th, and then March 13th, and on Monday, or over the weekend, we got an announcement, don't bother coming back on the 16th. So I'm going to use the 13th, which is a Saturday, and this in 2021 is the benchmark for 1 year COVID negative. That's my goal. I mean, I want to extend it out, because this thing is really very dangerous. And the third whammy is our economy. And what's kept it artificially afloat is by giving the wealthiest a 35% tax break. That means that they had more money to invest in the market. Now, mind you, this is the same market that they called, back in the day, they called this market legal gambling. Insurances like auto, life, and health, and derivatives and futures, stock futures and derivatives. There are exotic trades going on right now, after hours. They have nothing to do with but will be based on the market, what happens in the market. Think of it like sports duel for the stock market. And everybody got 35% more money in their pocket to play. So the market's been kept artificially bubbling, and the bubble's going to burst. So we're going to have an economic, the key word here is unprecedented economic collapse, unless something's done. And so thus the President 46, he has a $1.6 trillion stimulus / COVID relief package, because there's key areas that must be addressed to get this thing done. If we can shut ourselves down for 3 months, for 90 days, we can peak this thing and get rid of it. If we let it run, it's going to run for at least 3 years. Or as long as it takes to get 10% of the population infected. That's what we can accurately predict what the the other side of the curve will look like. That's how we'll know. If you know that 10% of a given population is affected, we can predict. There's a model to predict where it peaks and will fall. And so you can let everybody know what it is, and you can plan accordingly. With this, we've just been flying by the seat of our pants. So we need a shutdown. We need to follow the playbook that was left for this administration that they threw in the garbage. All right, so in the meantime, you should stay in the house. Don't put yourself at risk. Don't put your children at risk, and unnecessarily. And if you're going to be around people more than 10 minutes within 6 feet of each other, just look. If somebody comes up to you and gets within arm's distance of you, you should have your mask on, like I do now. Okay, and if you're going to be outside, if there's gatherings of more than 25 people, don't get out your car. And if there's 25 or more people in the area you are, and you all are 6 feet apart, you should have your mask on outside. But I'm not wearing my mask ever outside. And those cloth masks will kill you. It's self-waterboarding. This is a sports mask. Both of these events are out. Now I'm going to put an N95 mask over the top of this because the reason why you can hear me almost perfectly is because I have 2 ways to exhale out of both these ports. The entire mask is velcroed around the back of my head, actually. So it fits snugly and it's sealed. But I'll let you know one more secret and then I'm going to go because I'm at 7 minutes. So this is about twice as long as I want to make this video. The safest type of protection you can have is to have your whole head covered. Because even though your mouth is covered here, your eyes and your ears, you have 4 more holes in your head. Okay, so I'm going to introduce once I get paid for work I've already done. I have an outfit I'm putting together specifically for the next 3 years, or definitely for the next year. That's perfect for what's going to happen, and I'll cover that in another video. But people, stay home. It's going to be a problem if people keep going to the mall and getting on airplanes and going on cruises, and having COVID parties. This is going to be a problem for a long time. So let's see what happens. Let's get through the next week. Let's get through the inauguration and see what happens after that. Good things are going to happen. You watch. The worst is over as far as this thing is concerned. Because we know who the enemy is, and now we know how to do about it. There's 2 mutations. Oh, you're going to love this. One of my friends is a nurse, and she's gotten the third mutation. So she has one more. She's got triple whammy, ironically, because the second one, somebody can come in with it. She works in a COVID ward, so she's going to see at least 3 or more strains of COVID on any given day, or stands to be exposed to it. Think about that. Anyway, stay safe, warm blessings, and stay in the house. Stay home.